Hi, for today's teardown, this, it was €2 in the flea market and quite a good deal because they are worth a lot more than this. The Bruel & Gère 2221 sound level meter. It was not working because of rotten battery contact. I did repair as good as I could. Now it is powering on, but not sure if it is working or not, this thing. Seems it is not doing much. In fact, so maybe it is defective still, but for just €2. No, it is doing something. No ID. No ID, but it was just €2 and I know it is an expensive brand and very nice construction. This is die-cast metal, by the way, so for this price I could not let it go. We have the microphone here at the end that actually can be unscrewed, but will reveal nothing else than a nice golden spring contact onto what seems to be a ceramic piece over golden contact here. Very fine thread here, so maybe you can replace the capsule to other levels of sound, or if it is going bad, not sure. There is a rotating part here, quite mysterious. So this setting I can understand, it is the sensitivity level. This peak, okay. Fast, I have no ID. Cell and this, I have no ID. Reset, okay. Your main display. Run and pause mode for some reason, and power switch. Battery cover, very plasticky and very bad. I had to tinker something here because it was not making correct contact. As you can see, it is pretty worn out, this thing. But the interesting thing is at the back here we have the information about what you have on the display. Overload, under range, too low, battery replacement, A-weighted frequency response, okay. Flat linear frequency response, well, more or less I can understand. Maximum lek duration of 2.77 hours exceeded. Thank you very much. It is very useful to know you cannot use it for more than 2.77 hours. Must be somewhere around 2 hours and 45 minutes, but really, it does not help. Therefore, the information displayed is incorrect. But apparently they did provide this chart that is supposed to help you to correct your measurement, whatever it means. Okay, it replies to these recommendations, of course made in Denmark and with your serial number. Very interesting. So let's open it, and we have here 3 posi-drive screws. So it is just a sound level meter. I do not expect a lot of electronics inside. Probably very regular parts, or maybe not. We will see. So this cover will just lift out like this. So there is a thread here for stand, maybe something like this. It is some kind of die-cast aluminium material. Okay, we have apparently a stack of 2 circuit boards. So here, guide tubes for the batteries. Okay, and it will just lift out very well like this. So what do we have here? Okay, I was not expecting this. So we will start with regular stuff before I split the two boards. Old school total amp capacitors here, more regular ones here, front end op amp probably here for this kind of a socket. Yes, it is a miniature DIN socket, it seems, for the microphone, so you can completely replace this thing. Through all parts apparently with vertically mounted resistors. Little things coming off like such. Okay, testing. It seems most of the ICs are socketed, and here you can see Teflon insulated parts for precision components. Interesting, but what do we have here? Look at this. 1, 2, 3 ceramic modules with apparently probably bonded IC dies covered with potting compound. Here we can even see the golden tracks. So this one is for the display. It is the same part than the LCD, you can see. And it is socketed, but I will not attempt to remove it because it seems quite delicate. The other ones are soldered in place. There is another thing similar here. So really I was not expecting this. Wow. Super nice ceramic hybrids on this thing. There are the number written at the back, but obviously I will not be able to read them. So you know what, I will try to remove at least the socketed one very delicately. Oh. Okay, not too bad. These things are so brittle. Okay, to reveal this. Okay, I will reinstall this later. So we have a second layer in this. Let's dig to the second layer and see if we find any more interesting unusual ICs or hybrids. So no dead code so far. 81 here, maybe, but I have 89 here and 89 here. So this is just connected like this. Very nice PCB material also. And here it will reveal a whole bunch of socketed ICs. So the Teflon insulated part here is connected to these little transistors. We have TL064, 1 time 2 times, LN3598, LM339, so I guess they are all op amps. TL080 CP. And we have here two very unusual chip numbers. That code of also 81. So it is really weird. We have a mix of 81 apparently and 89, 88 somewhere around here. Interesting. So did they use all stock of component to do this thing? You can see on this board everything is socketed, all the ICs, all vertically mounted resistors and diodes, one more little hybrid module here by the way, and it is all. Okay, little trim pots. So maybe you can find the service manual for this thing. I do not see anything obviously wrong or blown or anything. So this is the battery contact I tried to repair, but not very good as you can see. Maybe actually, maybe it is my problem, because it was broken, I did solder it, but it did re-broke, and maybe it was making a short circuit with this resistor, and it could totally be preventing the thing to work correctly, even if this contact is so dirty here. I am not sure it was making any kind of contact, but still. So I will have to try to do something here, probably replace completely this battery contact with something else, because this one is obviously rotten away, and apparently the switches here are only case with slider, and the contacts at the bottom, it seems they did use directly gold tracks onto the PCB. Unusual. Okay, so very nice. In the cover, nothing left except some loose plastic parts that will come off. So it is weird for such an expensive device. It did not secure them or do anything. This also was quite annoying, and this is coming loose also. A lot of money spent in the custom parts on the case, but not little accessory things like this. Interesting. This is actually the kind of contact I need to find. Not a very usual thing. Okay, so quite a beautiful device for €2, even if I do not need it, and it seems not to be in working condition. I will probably not be able to sell it, so it will probably go in my collection just for the unusual parts. So thanks for watching, bye bye.